At some point after 60, many people begin to notice that foods they have eaten all their life suddenly feel heavier, harder to digest, or leave them feeling tired, bloated, or uncomfortable. This is not imagination, and it is not weakness. It is biology. Aging changes how the body handles protein, fat, cholesterol, toxins, and inflammation. Chicken is often considered a safe meat, especially for seniors, but here is the truth most people are never told. Not all parts of the chicken are equal, and some parts that seem harmless can quietly worsen inflammation, cholesterol, digestion, blood sugar control, and even hormone balance in older adults. In my medical practice, I often see seniors doing everything right, eating home food, avoiding junk, yet still struggling with joint pain, fatty liver, high cholesterol, or poor digestion simply because they are eating the wrong part of an otherwise healthy food. After 60, the body becomes less efficient at filtering waste, breaking down heavy fats, and neutralizing inflammatory compounds. The liver works slower, the kidneys filter more carefully, digestion produces less acid and enzymes, and the immune system becomes more sensitive to chronic irritation. Because of this, foods that were once tolerated easily can now act like slow poison, not immediately dangerous, but damaging over years. Chicken, depending on the part consumed, can either support muscle health or silently accelerate aging-related problems. Let us talk clearly, medically, and honestly about the 4 chicken parts seniors should avoid after 60 and why avoiding them can protect your heart, liver, joints, digestion, and overall longevity. The first chicken part seniors should avoid is chicken skin. Many people believe chicken skin is harmless because it comes from a lean animal, but from a medical standpoint, chicken skin is one of the most problematic parts of the bird for older adults. Chicken skin is extremely high in saturated fat and oxidized fat, especially when cooked at high temperatures through frying, roasting, or grilling. After 60, the body's ability to process saturated fat declines significantly. Excess saturated fat increases LDL cholesterol, worsens insulin resistance, and promotes inflammation in blood vessels. Research in nutrition and cardiovascular journals has consistently shown that diets high in saturated fat increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and metabolic disorders, risks that are already elevated in seniors. What makes chicken skin particularly dangerous is how it behaves during cooking. When heated, the fats in the skin oxidize, producing inflammatory compounds that damage blood vessel lining. For seniors, this contributes to arterial stiffness, poor circulation, erectile dysfunction in men, and increased risk of heart attacks. Additionally, chicken skin accumulates environmental toxins and fat-soluble chemicals more than lean meat does. Over decades, these compounds place extra stress on the liver, which after 60 is already working harder to detoxify the body. Clinically, seniors who regularly eat chicken skin often show higher cholesterol levels, fatty liver changes, and worsening joint pain due to systemic inflammation. The second chicken part seniors should avoid is chicken liver and other internal organs, often referred to as organ meat. While organ meats are sometimes promoted as nutrient-dense, this advice is not universally applicable, especially for older adults. Chicken liver is extremely high in cholesterol, vitamin A, and purines. After 60, excess dietary cholesterol has a stronger impact on blood lipid levels because the liver becomes less efficient at regulating cholesterol production. High intake of organ meats has been associated with increased LDL cholesterol and higher cardiovascular risk in susceptible populations. Another concern with chicken liver is vitamin A toxicity. Unlike water soluble vitamins, vitamin A is fat soluble and stored in the body. Excess intake over time can lead to bone thinning, liver stress, and increased fracture risk, problems already common in seniors. Organ meats also contain higher purine levels, which break down into uric acid. In older adults, reduced kidney efficiency makes it harder to excrete uric acid, increasing the risk of gout attacks and joint inflammation. In clinical practice, many seniors with unexplained joint pain or elevated uric acid levels improve simply by reducing or eliminating organ meats from their diet. The third chicken part seniors should avoid is chicken wings, especially when eaten frequently or prepared in fried or spicy forms. Wings may look small and harmless, but metabolically, they are problematic. Chicken wings contain a high proportion of skin, connective tissue, and fat relative to muscle meat. This means higher saturated fat intake and lower quality protein per serving. After 60, seniors need high quality, easily digestible protein to prevent muscle loss, not fatty cuts that increase inflammation and digestive burden. Wings are also commonly cooked using deep frying, heavy sauces, or repeated heating of oils. These cooking methods produce advanced glycation, end products, and oxidized fats, which worsen insulin resistance and inflammation. For seniors with diabetes, prediabetes, or metabolic syndrome, regular consumption of wings can destabilize blood sugar control and worsen circulation. Additionally, the connective tissue in wings is harder to digest for older adults who produce less stomach acid and digestive enzymes. This often leads to bloating, acidity, and sluggish digestion. From a medical perspective, wings provide poor nutritional return for the metabolic cost they impose on the aging body. The fourth chicken part seniors should avoid is processed chicken products, such as sausages, nuggets, patties, salami, and ready-to-eat chicken snacks. Although technically made from chicken, these products are heavily processed and contain preservatives, sodium, refined oils, and additives that are harmful to seniors. High sodium intake raises blood pressure, increases fluid retention, and stresses the heart and kidneys, organs that are already vulnerable after 60. Preservatives and nitrates increase oxidative stress and inflammation, contributing to faster aging and higher risk of chronic disease. Processed chicken products also disrupt gut health. Emerging research shows that gut bacteria play a major role in blood sugar regulation, immune balance, and inflammation control. Ultra-processed foods alter the gut microbiome, leading to increased insulin resistance and low-grade inflammation. Clinically, seniors who rely on processed meats often experience worsening digestion, irregular bowel movements, and increased fatigue. These foods may be convenient, but convenience comes at a high biological cost in older age. It is important to understand that the problem is not chicken itself, but how aging changes the body's tolerance. After 60, muscle mass declines, digestive strength reduces, and the margin for dietary mistakes becomes smaller. Foods that increase inflammation, cholesterol, or metabolic stress quietly accelerate aging from the inside. This is why two seniors of the same age can look and feel completely different, one active and energetic, the other tired and burdened by chronic disease, often due to long-term dietary choices. From a medical standpoint, the safest chicken choices for seniors are lean, skinless portions such as breast meat, cooked using gentle methods like boiling, steaming, or light sautéing with minimal oil. These provide high quality protein without excess fat or inflammatory compounds. When seniors focus on protein quality rather than quantity, they preserve muscle mass, support immune function, and reduce metabolic strain. In conclusion, aging does not mean avoiding all animal foods, but it does require precision. After 60, eating becomes less about pleasure alone and more about protection, protecting the heart, liver, joints, digestion, and blood vessels. Chicken can be a supportive food or a silent stressor depending on the part consumed. By avoiding chicken skin, organ meats, wings, and processed chicken products, seniors can significantly reduce inflammation, improve digestion, stabilize cholesterol, and slow age related decline. These are not dramatic changes, but over years, they create dramatic differences in health, independence, and quality of life.